Okay, we're talking more about Leopold Aschenbrenner's Situational Awareness paper. So his paper is written from a specific point of view, which to my mind introduces some problems. Uh, the point of view begins by saying you can see the future first in San Francisco, and then a couple of paragraphs later he says, right now there are perhaps a few hundred people, most of them in San Francisco, at the AI labs who have situational awareness. So what he's talking about then is that he sees a danger, which is of artificial superintelligence, and then furthermore, a breakout, or what we call in alignment, a hard takeoff, where the artificial superintelligence improves itself exponentially, surpassing all ability for humans to control it. And he sees his job as explaining that ASI and the ASI breakout and explosion to the unaware world. The problem with that is severalfold. So first off, the landscape of people who are following this problem, I think, is much broader than he thinks. So San Francisco is certainly a very important city in technology, but frontier model is worldwide, even in AI. London has DeepMind, Mistral is in France. China has its own models. There's development in the Arab world. So it's not a San Francisco only phenomenon. And the concepts of artificial superintelligence and its breakout are fairly well established in some communities. So there are forecasters, for example, like Tony Seba at Rethink X, Ray Kurzweil, who wrote the book The Singularity is Near, ARK Invest, which is a financial investment company that specifically tracks and open sources research in exponential technologies. So there is broad following of some of these people in tech leadership. These are people who speak to tech leaders at conferences. So there's existing thinking on the topic, there's media on the topic, and while he presents the hard takeoff as the inevitable result, there's lots of reason in my mind to think that we're not in the hard takeoff, and that you actually require some very specific conditions for that we don't have. So getting back to the scale, if you look at YouTube channels, let's take kind of the core AI influencer channels, so the explainers. So that would be AI Explained and Matthew Bourbon. They have 263,000, 273,000 subscribers right now, so a quarter million subscribers each. David Shapiro, who focuses on AI alignment and superintelligence specifically, has 156,000 subscribers to his channel. So the topics are not, they're not isolated. It's not just a few hundred people in San Francisco. And then if you go into the broader exponential technology analysis landscape, solving the money problem, 275,000 subscribers. ARK Invest has 500,000. So there are eyes on this topic, and they're much broader than he thinks. So then we get into alignment and the schools of alignment. So I don't know if he knows this explicitly, but he belongs to a school of AI alignment that we would call the game theory school, or that I call the game theory school. And game theoreticians view AI alignment as essentially a math problem informed by philosophy. And so then their task is to come up with the right set of philosophical precepts and mathematical conditions to restrict the AI from misbehaving. Now, I belong to an alternate school, which is the social sciences school. So, for example, when Lara Scheibling and I wrote the paper, The Elephant in the Room, Why AI Safety Demands Diverse Teams, we were bringing in tools from the social sciences. And the reason for that is that the social sciences school views the world as the AI landscape as consisting of complex interactions between actors with agency. And the closest model we have for that is complex interactions between people and societies. Those are social sciences fields. So we bring in those tools. And I think that the social sciences school tends to view the math-based school as kind of fundamentally naive about complex social interactions. So this, I think, is the reason that, or one of the reasons that physicist Sabine Hossenfelder described the paper as suffering from groupthink. And I think that's fair, although I do think it's a significant work. It's 165 pages. Aschenbrenner wrote it all himself. He articulates a point of view, and I think it will do a good job at evangelizing that point of view to the public. But I don't think his kind of initial precepts of his point of view hold up that well. So there are other points of view. think there's a lot more knowledge out there about the topic than he thinks, and I think his school of AI alignment is not one that I think is holding up particularly well compared to, say, alternatives like Anthropic's, which is coming more from the social sciences point of view on constitutional-based AI. So I'll give him credit for it, but I do think there's some problems with the point of view. So in the next couple of videos, we're going to talk about the 4 specific topics, which are the artificial superintelligence attainment and the potential breakout explosion that he sees, the infrastructure scaling, and the ability for artificial superintelligence to evade human control, and finally, the national security threat. So stay tuned.